What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How is everybody doing today? Are you guys excited about the new DLC that is coming out on August 29th? I'm pretty excited about that. What do you think about that game?
Man, I am fucking pumped, dude.
Me too,
I'm
bro.
really pumped.
Me too, man. So everybody, welcome to the fifth podcast simulator. I'm your host, Microwave Gaming.
And I am his co-host, Game Addict.
And today we are going to be talking about all the new stuff, the Blood Orchid, the new leaks that's happened, everything that's been happening in the past week, the patch notes, some banning, all this good stuff. And we're going to delve right into it, first talking about that little trailer that we just saw for the Pro League game coming up, what, the 25th and 26th, I think it was?
Yes, 25th and 26th of Gamescom.
Yes.
That's Friday and Saturday in about 2 weeks.
That's insane, dude. I'm super excited about that. It's coming.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time coming, bro. It's been a long time coming. But man, we've been waiting patiently.
Yeah, man. I feel like it's been forever we've been in Operation Health. So to see literally 2 weeks away, 2 weeks out from the next season from Blood Orchid.
Finally,
it's right. Finally, it feels like we've been waiting for Christmas for like 5 years.
Kind of get them little goosebumps on your nutsack. You're like, ooh, you know what I mean? Ooh, you know, it's good. It feels good, man. And I'm pretty excited for it. And it's nice that it's gonna come right out like that the week after. So obviously they have them like on Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays, all the stuff in GamesCon, and then I guess what, Tuesday they'll probably drop it. I think it's a Tuesday. Right. Like they always do. They always drop new content on Tuesday. So Tuesday they'll drop the content, and it won't be like, hey, in 2 weeks we have this content coming up and we got to wait another 2 weeks. No, it's like boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Let's go. We're gonna test it out. Then we're gonna play it, and it's gonna be pretty fantastic. So we just got the new look at the new video. I don't know if it was supposedly supposed to be happening. I guess it came out on Ubisoft France early. Somebody saw it. Some guy named Flash on Reddit saw it. Then he was like, "Whoa, let me talk about this." And then all of a sudden, like the video came out an hour later on Twitter, and we got to see it. And I was taking out snapshots because I was like, "I don't know if this is a leak. I need to get this for my, you know."
You never know if they're gonna take it away right away.
Right, exactly.
We just had that happen with the map. So like to see this leak happen, or what was a leak initially on Ubisoft France, and then like boom, here we are. We're just gonna announce it, and it's only 2 weeks away. Season pass holders, get ready because you're gonna get fucking first access to this. Like, yeah, it's really happening. You know what I mean? I can't tell you how many people were like, "Are we gonna get that message?" Like, there's going to be an extra month to 2 months of Operation Health. Like, they haven't said anything about the operators or anything.
Right.
Like, and now,
but now they also promised us the new servers. So, like, are the new servers going to come online once Blood Orchid is online? Like, I feel like that's a lot. That's a lot going down the pipeline, especially that same week. So, I don't think the servers will be coming out that week. I think they'll come out maybe another month down the road because we've seen the test servers. They generally test them out, and then later on they're like, okay, well, a month later, here it is. Here you go. So I don't think the new servers are going to be coming out during Operation Health. I think it's going to be about a month later.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be at least a little bit into season 3 to release it right away. I mean, they did say season 3 it's going to be implemented, but they didn't give it an exact timeline. They just said to look forward to it. It's happening, and we're gearing up for it.
Now, for everybody that missed it, you can type an ! Blood Orchid in chat, and you will see a Imgur link that I have all in 2K images. Well, it's 1080 plus blown up of the new stuff that we've got. Pretty much every single thing that we've seen or I've seen, it's on there live, so you can go check it out. We'll probably go some of the images for you guys to kind of know what's going on, including the icons that were kind of leaked. And everything's in there 2K, so obviously my backgrounds is there too, so you can have that if you want. Just go ahead and check it out. But the first thing I'd like to talk about, game, is clearly the first operator that we saw, and some people are saying it's Chinese, some people are saying it's the guy. Obviously, Reddit's just filled with all that stuff. But I tell you what, man, I've got to say, I think it's the Polish female operator because, you know, this game, whenever they build all the guys, they all have muscles and, you know, ripping arms.
They're large builds.
Right, they're large builds. And this is a very small build. And I would have to say that this first person that we're looking at here, let me go ahead and bring it up for everybody. This first person that we're looking at here is the female operator. The female Polish operator. I don't think it's it's the guy at all.
No,
What do you
I
think
think
about
it's
that?
well. I mean, obviously, having seen the leak, what we saw, like I think it was 2 weeks ago with the supposedly female Polish operator.
Right.
Blonde hair, has the cap on, has her pistol with her reflex sight on it. Everybody kind of was like, oh well, it could be real, could be fake, that could be fan made. It's very well done either way. I think that this is her. I do.
I think it is her too, and a lot of people are also saying that this is the Hong Kong female operator, and I would definitely beg to differ because if you look at the shoulder, there is no shoulder pad on there. But if you look at the pictures down below, I'm going to show you here in a second, guys. She has shoulder pads. This is not the same operator. These are two different operators. So I'm definitely wondering what's going on here. Now we're going to talk about the female Hong Kong operator later, but I want to talk about this because we all kind of know what we kind of get a sense of what the operators are, but we don't know what she is. We don't know what she does. I mean, we've heard rumors of 9 bangers and stuff like that, but we don't really know. So based off these pictures, actually, you can see it's been talked about on Reddit, close up of this little picture, this little thing that she's holding, and you can clearly see that there's a magnet symbol on there, little U magnet and the little yellow triangle. There's something there that she's holding. So I don't know if it's going to be something that goes on metal surfaces, like some people say like it's a proximity mine or whatever. But like, what do you think? What do you think about that image?
Man, I mean, I definitely think it's the kit, or whatever the ability of the operator. And just to kind of backtrack a little bit, that could be the Chinese operator. Just like how Velvet Shell came out, they came out with a new uniform, right? Immediately we got another uniform. That could be another kitted uniform, because if we do look at the Grom operator from what was leaked, that is also a completely different uniform from what is presented in front of us. But that little thing, right? I mean, it's really interesting because what was teased was it yesterday? Was it really only yesterday or 2 days ago? There was a GIF that was put out on
that was
on
yesterday,
Twitter.
actually. Yeah,
right. That was yesterday. So I mean, they're coming out with this stuff, but we get to see the legs, the feet of an operator sitting down on top of their case of what could be their utility, their item, which also did have that triangle with the little lightning bolt in it, that this electrified symbol, be careful. So I mean, this could be the Chinese operator actually with that teaser.
It could. We also saw the actual images of the I'm gonna put it here on the screen. We can see here the actual icons that were accidentally leaked in one of the videos, and we can see that they are kind of proximity mine based stuff. Now we don't know if this is the Hong Kong operators or the Polish operators. Like, again, we have no idea what they are, but the spikes on there obviously show like they could be damaging, or maybe it's sound. Like, I don't know. So what do you think the guy? What do you think the guy would be for the Hong Kong? I mean, we actually haven't seen that. Well, maybe we'll hold on to that. Maybe we'll hold on to that. We'll do that last. How about that? So, all right. So we can see here clearly that she has a whole bunch of gadgets and stuff. She's obviously some type of engineer, if you will. There's a whole bunch of goodies going on. She's got a rope. She's got these pliers, these flashlights. Yeah, she's all teched out, man. She's definitely got it all going on. We have this really weird backpack. Now, if you guys have seen Twitch has a backpack kind of thing on one of her outfits, and it's to hold a drone. It's kind of like the little straps that holds onto her drone in the back, her second one. Now, I'm wondering if this is something that would hold her little stuff in. Like,
I mean, it could be. Just like how all uniforms and outfits are in this game, they're really purely cosmetic, right? So just like any operator, Thermite pulls his giant thermite charge out of his pocket. He doesn't have to go into his backpack or anything. Twitch doesn't actually really reach behind her back. She kind of makes this motion like she does, but she doesn't actually grab it. The drone doesn't physically disconnect from her body, and she throws it. They can have different animation stages where it looks like she does, and it kind of just disappears. But I think it's really cool that if this is like where it is quote unquote stored, that they're putting this detail now into these operators, where it's going to be more realistic in how these operators
They are
get
doing
their
that
items
with everything. Yeah, they are definitely like holding, maybe they'll be like a fanny pack for poor Thatcher one day. I don't know, but so we have seen it. I've kind of heard rumblings about one of the operators. She might have some sort of deployable, like a remote controlled audio distraction device. So something that goes, on the wall or goes in somewhere, and it's all audio. Because I mean, audio is one thing in this game that we all use at a higher level. Especially some of the pros and stuff. We also hear that they don't like Caveira because he sneaks up on some of the pros, because again, it's all about sound and the higher levels. Like you'll if you actually go watch pro players, you'll just sit them like hold a position for a second and just listen. And we do the same thing, and sound is everything, right? So I've heard rumblings that, like I said, it could be some sort of remote audio distraction, something that could make explosion sounds. It could make running sounds. It could make taser sounds. It could do whatever it is. I mean, I'm not sure if that's true or not, but that is something that I have heard, and it sounds very feasible, because that's the one thing that hasn't really been tapped into the game. And now a lot of times, Thermite's plant especially is very, very key. Now I don't know if this is an attacker or if this is a defender. I would assume it's an attacker, because as a defender you're listening to everything. Now as an attacker, you need that sound advantage. Like I said, Thermite plant, that little sound, that is key, especially to like a bandit player when it's happening. So if there's something that's throwing the sound off and making something more difficult, then I think that could be a really neat gadget. Now I'm hoping that this is something that is like that. Maybe it's like, because like I said, there's a magnet symbol on there. Maybe you put it on the reinforced wall, and then it makes all these sounds and stuff, and it pushes it through the reinforced wall, like I said, a magnet. That is something that's very possible. Now I'm thinking outside the realm of possibilities here, but this is something that we don't know. We haven't seen these. We haven't seen the operator icons, so we can't really base much off of this.
Right. I mean, in terms of like what's happened with last seasons, when there was like testing going on, leaks happened. Right. Some recordings got out. People kind of some pros leaked some shit as well between other pros, and it's like, this is kind of the first season where I feel like there's been a lot of closed doors, closed lips. Right. I mean, there's been some people that have been like, oh well, I've got the inside scoop and I found out, and it's like, well, do I really trust your source? Do I know that it's 100% accurate? Are you a guy that's been testing it? Like, it's kind of been hard to judge where this information comes from this season, and it's been great. Difficult. It's been great because it keeps the hype alive and it keeps it so fresh. So when this dropped today, waking up to this was like a boner.
It was like Christmas, right?
Right, it was like Christmas.
So that's one thing that I also wanted to talk about. We have It's Epi, one of the he was a community manager. He was now promoted to a community developer. I think that's what it is, or community something. I think it's basically he sits alongside of UB Justin, and they run the stuff. And we got these images how long ago? About 2 weeks ago. We got the really close-up facials of two of the operators, the Hong Kong one and one of the Polish operators. Right now, I'll be kind of throwing this out a little bit. There's no way that these pictures were not planted, bro. I'm sorry, but where in the game do you see operator close-ups like these? You don't see them. These are profile pictures. These are high quality images, and the background either it's something that they have like in 2K and they super zoomed in. I don't know, man, but I'll be honest here. I think that these pictures were planted. I know that Epi is ex-military. He was a Marine. There's no way he's not running a tight ship. I mean, they have to be doing this, man. I think that they're like they purposely leaked these to begin with. I thought that as well. I don't think it's a pro. I think that, I mean, because they got to test it. Some of the pros did. And then the same day we got these images. I really think that these images were planted as a sort of small hype, like unofficial hype train. And we got to see them. So Now that we've talked about the Grom female, we haven't seen the Grom male. And obviously we've seen the two Hong Kong icons. I have them on the screen right here. Like I said earlier, we have these proximity mine kind of looking things where like they may go on the wall, kind of like a Capkin. Now, I'll go off and say that I'm kind of thinking that these are something like a Capkin, but for attackers. Right. That you put them on the wall, and maybe they blow through the wall, they sense it through the drywall or what have you. I'm thinking that that might be the attacker's version of the game. And one thing that I did notice is that if you actually go back and watch the video of the new Chinese release operator, you'll see that there's a door behind her. I have it up on screen right now. There's a door behind her. And now in the past videos that they've showed, they showed the Jackal video of him walking inside Coastline. And then he walked through the door and there was a door behind him. I'm going to go off on a limb and say that this is the attacker, that she's the attacker, not the defender. The Chinese.
It definitely looks like it when looking at that door, especially you can clearly tell that that's the outside. That's not another room. That's not the same building.
Outside. There's a mountain in the background.
Right. That is the outside. That is a completely different lighting setting than what we're seeing on the inside there. So I would have to agree with you that this is probably the attacker.
And you can also see that there's smoke or something in the background. Yeah. There's a small explosion that happens. Now I'm gonna go off and just say that I think that this is the Chinese attacker, and I think she has proximity mines to help remove roaming and protect flanks, much like the Claymore, But we all know that Claymores are like a frag grenade. They're like a secondary item. You know what I mean? They're very easily seen. Right. At the higher level, you barely get killed by them. You could do the little sneaky stuff where you could put a hole in the wall and then you can protrude the laser or the drone hole, the laser. I think that this is a designated gadget that will go through maybe floors. Maybe you throw them up on the ceiling and they attach themselves, like the C4 plants, or something through the walls. Like I said, not reinforced. I don't think that it could penetrate reinforced. I still think that's something that they hold dear to them. But I think that drywall, that's such a very
specialized thing. Yeah,
it is a very specialized thing. And again, you see the smoke in the background as she's coming in. I'm going to go off and say that this is the attacker. She has proximity mines. That is what I'm going to say about it. What do you think?
You know, I'm kind of I'm hoping that would be the case. If they really are proximity mines, it shows that there's like a focus on the roam meta, that they're trying to kind of rein in this whole, well, if we've only put 2 people on site and we just try and get picks the entire round, we can kind of rein that in. When you talked about Claymores, you know, the only time you really see a Claymore at a high level gameplay is not for flank management or roam management. It's for run out management. Right. It's you put it at a window. And hopefully, I mean, I remember seeing it was like Canadian hopped out of a window, hip fire sprayed towards the Claymore, got it, and ended up securing a kill.
Right. Or we saw King George do that on Skyscraper. He jumped outside. Right. Yeah. It's all about run out protection.
It's all about run out protection. And so that's where we see that. So to see something that'd be harder to see, because let's be honest, when you're playing as a defender, indoors at least on that roam, it's pretty easy to spot those Claymores. You know, it's not hard. Right. You're looking through a door, you're trying to be sneaky, you're crouch walking, you're crouch
and
slow
you see
walking
those 3
on top of that.
Or those 3 red lasers, prong lasers.
Easy. Yeah. Now if this was something you could stick to the wall, stick to the ceiling, and it had complete blast radius, now maybe it won't kill you. Maybe it will only down you even if you don't have armor. You know, because if that's pretty overpowered if you're able to put this thing on the ceiling and it could explode and kill you. It's like, well, you know, what can you do to stop that?
That'd be very nice. Now, you know, we talked about in the last podcast that it could be 9 bangers, and it very well could be 9 bangers that maybe go through walls for her. We do know that the defender is the Caltropes, but I mean, I'm looking at the logo here, and I'm just kind of just going off on a little whim here, but it could be 9 bangers. I still think it's proximity mines.
It could be, yeah.
But I'm counting the little lines here, and there's 9 of them. Now that's kind of weird, right? But that could be the thing. So maybe they are 9 bangers. Either way, I still think it could be a 50-50 if they're 9 bangers or proximity mines. I would like the proximity mines, but again, it could be the 9 bangers. And that would be like we talked about in our last podcast of what that could do. So if you want to catch what we talked about there, you can go back to that video and check it out. But the next operator is obviously the Caltrope, the male that we haven't seen for the Hong Kong operation. You can kind of see the image down here. It's been leaked. I can't find the actual picture, but it is Caltropes. I'm assuming they're going to be toxic Caltropes where they stick into somebody and then you have to pick them out. And that's why I think that's the defender, because that's more like barbed wire. You know, you put barbed wire on the floor and then...
Right, it's almost like an upgraded barbed wire.
Right. That's a specialized. Again, a specialized. You have your claymores, but then you have your specialized claymores. You have your barbed wire, but then you have your specialized barbed wire. And... Right. And in the game, they're actually nerfing barbed wire. You can actually kind of run through it. It's not as bad as it used to be. They did that in a test server, and that only further reinforces the idea that the Caltrope is these little things that go on the ground, and again, they're barbed wire. So
barbed wire will be nerfed to 2 hits.
Yes. So that's insane. I really think that's going to be it. It's going to be the Caltropes. It's going to be poison. They're going to get in your shoes. You have to pull them out. And it's reinforced to me because of the barbed wire. That was the nerf. And obviously we've seen the images. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think it's really plausible. I'm also kind of thinking the way that these will function is there's going to be no sprinting then. You know, if you've got a bunch of shit stuck in your foot,
yeah, you're not going to
start running.
No.
You know, it's going to hurt. You're going to start limping.
It's
almost going to be like maybe you'll have to slow walk. It'll only put you at the slow walk speed.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Right, you know, we're still kind of speculating here because none of us have gotten confirmed concrete evidence of what this stuff does.
Never.
So, you know, it's kind of just like how can they change the game to really make it so this is effective, right?
Right.
It's one thing if it's just another barbed wire, if it does a little damage to you over time. So say if it does, you know, the same speed as you walk through as barbed wire, but now it does 30 tick damage. So it's going to do 5 damage over 6 seconds to do 30 damage total to you on your health. I mean, that's a large amount of your health, but it's not something that's like immediate, right? But it's also something, it gives purpose. But it's not something that you're just laying down then.
But it's something you could I think it's something you could destroy. I mean, every single gadget you can destroy some way, shape, or form. So maybe an Ash will be able to do that. Because, I mean, right now the meta, like, it's all about destroying barbed wire, get inside the objective, hold an angle, and then that's what it is. You have your entry fraggers. You have people joining in for Ash. She's still a great player. So maybe they're trying to slow the game down. And everything points to that direction. You have proximity mines, which I kind of think that's it, and you have your Caltropes, which obviously are slowing down the game as well. So everything is like just like, whoa, put the brakes on, guys. Let's not go super fast here, right?
Right. No, I agree. I mean, it's almost like bringing it back to more of a season 1, and given like season 1, nobody really knew the map meta as well. It was a lot of gunplay and it was a lot of who had the better shot, but it felt slower to me. Because people didn't know the map as well. They didn't just run in with an Ash and be like, yep,
and now they know the angles.
Right, now they know the angles. Now they know where people are going to be sitting. Now they know where the drone, the pre-fire corners, everything like that. So it's like, if we can slow down the meta again and really change it up. Right, I mean, we also had, you know, Glass changed the meta in this past Operation Health. So it's like, what can we do to kind of slow that down? So if they're going to be throwing smokes and having Glass hold an angle, are these Caltropes going to be slowing them down from pushing through that smoke? Are they going to be able to see it as well? How easy is it even going to be able to see? Barbed wire is pretty fucking easy. It's a big silver thing on the ground. You know, are these
and it makes noise.
And
again,
it makes noise, and it
again,
animates.
and again, exactly, animation. But again, that goes back to what I said about the audio cues in the game. It's all like you need it. Like sometimes you're holding an angle and you're listening for that barbed wire to be walked through. So I really think there's something that has to happen, and I really think that the female operator, that magnetic audio, that thing has to be some sort of audio device that cues something. I don't know how that would work. Maybe, like I said, explosions or footsteps or something like that, or knocking, or maybe like it just it makes this piercing sound and it hurts your ears, kind of like echo. It kind of makes you drunk and everything, like you're underwater. You know, maybe there's some sort of effect to that in that room it does apply there. So again, audio cues are something that I really think that's something that's going to be happening.
I mean, I would love to see it. I'd love to see an operator where you could at least, if you set it up and it just kind of starts either making noise, like a distraction. I mean, that's some Sam Fisher shit right there.
It is definitely.
I remember
Sam Fisher stuff.
I remember doing that in Splinter Cell. I loved that shit. You know, there was a little whistle, there was the little clicker. You know, and it's if you watch me play, sometimes you'll see me just stare right into a wall or turn around and look into a corner, and it's so I can kind of reposition my hearing in the game, right? And
because sound is everything.
Sound tour. It's it's so much better. If there's a hole in the wall that just got blown, I may need to just turn slightly so that my left headphone will hear that better than my right headphone. I can kind of differentiate which side I'm being pushed from.
Right, and like I said,
so now.
There's nothing in the game that does any type of audio I think it's time. So I think it's time. So I think she's gonna have some sort of audio sensor or something to debilitate. I mean, like I said, we already know what the Chinese guy is. The caltropes, we know what the Chinese girl is, kind of. I mean, it's kind of like I said, a 50-50. Now, what do you think that the Grom would be? Now, we kind of were thought the Dazzler, right? So what do you think about that?
I still kind of think it's going to be the Dazzler, you know, which was it's supposed to be something that blinds you.
Yeah, it's supposed to be something like a strobe light or something like that. Maybe.
Right.
Wait a minute. No. That gift that we got yesterday, it was a crate. It was a crate. Now, okay, so what if this is the girl, right? Wait, what if this is the girl, because it is, you know, it has a feminine build to it, right? What if this is the girl and there's no crate, right? So that crate has to go to the guy. Now, generally, Rainbow Six, the devs, they always put stuff in there into the game, and or the pictures and stuff like that. We saw the Mira picture, the windows for Tachanka. It was alluding to the fact that she's going to be a window operator, right? What if this crate, that crate that we saw yesterday, that person was sitting on, what if that is like a rook armor? You drop it on the ground and you equip everything.
Ooh, now that would be interesting.
What if everybody equips strobe lights, or everybody gets an audio cue or something like that? No, it would have to be the strobe light thing. What if everybody has strobe lights?
I mean, all right, so that would be insane. You know, like, what is it going to be, a one-time use thing? Is it going to be a toggle thing? Is it going to be once you get it
near it? It could be like lasers, though.
Right, it could be like a laser sight where once you're holding an angle, because like right now when a laser sight's pointed at you, it gets kind of bigger, right? You can see where that laser is coming from, and it kind of gives it away. You know, if this was something that functioned in the same way but actually made it hard to see, man, is that going to be game changing?
That is really going to mess. That's going to really mess people up. Here's the crate image that I was talking about. This is and you can see here that there's a electronic symbol. So there is electronics inside this weapon cache or something. Right. So I'm wondering if he just pops it down, or maybe we have it backwards. Maybe she's the defender, and she pops it down. You know, because this is kind of girly. But then again, you know, I don't know. Maybe they're doing maybe more of a feminine type of build for the guys. Nothing wrong with that. But maybe that's just what's happening that we're seeing here. Or maybe it's alluding to both of the facts on this image, but this is something that, you know, we're all speculating here. I think I think we're close, dude. I think, again, the Dazzler thing, the strobe light, the laser in the eyes, it's got to be something like that.
Right. Well, I mean, that's kind of what was data mined over the past couple months, and they worked really hard to get that information. It's not like they just were like, yeah, let's just throw this up on a fucking Word document and pass it off as legit. I mean, they are really like data mining these test servers to find out what this information is.
Yeah, they're definitely putting a lot of time on it.
Right. So I mean, I think it's pretty legit. Again, like what we don't know is how exactly everything's going to be affected. Right. We're all speculating here. So we have a pretty good idea.
So yeah, I mean, the strobe light will actually affect the meta, because it would help push the attackers back, you know, help them keep them at bay. Now, a clever individual named Carlos found the name of it appears to be one of the operators, Ella. Maybe that's the female, but that
Definitely sounds like a female name. Yeah.
yeah, definitely Ella. Umbrella Ella. That might be it. So maybe the girl's the defender. Again, we don't know. We're all speculating here. Maybe we have it backwards. So looks like Ella's gonna be it. Now, also we got that image of the red dot, or the sight for, it looks like a red dot to me, on the handguns. So if the previous leaks were true, then this is true as well. So it looks like that we might get sights for pistols. And we talked about the last podcast. I'm super happy about that. So that just reinforces that this is happening. So that was also leaked.
Who knows though? Is it going to be universal? Is this a change that they're making for everybody? Because right now, as we said in the last podcast, 95% of the pistol sights are horrendous.
Yes. Really bad.
maybe the animations are also a bit too much for being world-class operators. I don't know. I'd expect them to have a little bit more control over their pistols, especially.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, right, definitely. But I really hope that it is something that gets added to everybody. I would love to have sights on the pistols, dude.
So to wrap up the operators, I'm just gonna, like I said, go ahead and just say that I think that the Chinese operator is going to have proximity mines or a 9-banger. I would say it's a 50-50, not sure. I would really hope the proximity mines. The male was going to have caltrope, toxic poison stings that get in your shoe. You have to pick them out or slow you down, or they hurt you. And the female operator for the Polish has some audio cue stuff that distracts audio wise, and that the male has a strobe light of some sort for the team, so that helps blind, just like Echo. So that's what I think. What are your thoughts on that? What do you think? Because I want to talk about the map that was leaked also after this. So.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it. I have no 100% speculations on anything here. Maybe the laser, the dazzler, quote unquote dazzler, and the caltropes. I'm 90% sure that that's like accurate information, but yeah, I'm excited to see. Yeah, we like I said, we only have 2 weeks for until season pass
around
holders.
The corner,
right? Until season pass holders get to actually get their hands on this and start creating new stuff for you guys. So it's like I'm geeked up, man. Like this, I am too. This is great, dude.
So we got the whiteboard leaked to us for the game for Blood Orchid.
Yeah.
Yes, for theme park. That was really cool. We both did a video about that. We talked about how it's like a roller coaster station. There's high angles. It's a really small map. I wouldn't say it's very big, or at least maybe not the map is small. It's probably the same size, but the building itself is small. 2 stories. Right. Now, again, going back to my theory, I don't think that the Ubisoft developers and stuff accidentally let that slide. I think that was kind of like a hype thing. I don't know, man.
That's the thing with me right now, is that this one I think was accidental.
I think it's accidental.
I do. I really, really do.
I don't know, man.
The only reason I say that is because every time that they've released like new content like this, they generally have trouble getting those maps up on the whiteboard. Right. It looks like this was supposed to be a proactive step to get it done. Right, we're going to get it up before the map's even released. We're just not going to make it accessible. But unfortunately, whoever had put it up, made it accessible, and they're like, shit, because once that was found out,
it done goofed
down. Yeah, they done goofed. Yeah, originally when I went to go to the whiteboard, I couldn't even access whiteboard. It wouldn't load anything from the whiteboard.
Really? When you said that, I went back and checked it, and I was able to draw on it. That's why in my video I was able just to do little swoops and everything.
Oh man, I couldn't even access it for me.
Are you serious?
Yeah, seriously.
I was able to do everything to it. I was able just to play around with it. I don't know. Wow, what a change in maybe time or whatever, but
right.
Either way, it looks like a really fun map. I'm excited for it. Again, it is dark, and run down, and it could be alluding to the fact that that's something that they want to continue on again with the strobe lights and stuff, or the flicker lights, that laser that goes in your eyes, or whatever the dazzler is. Maybe that will really shine in that map. Again, we've already made videos about it. I think the map is going to be really fantastic. It's really small. There's really not many, like it's kind of like I said in Skyscraper, where not everything's destructible. And I think that now the developers are going to they're fine tuning how Siege works on maps. So like we saw House, trash, garbage, not competitive. Plain, garbage, not competitive. Hereford Base, garbage, not competitive. It can't be kind of, but it's not really. You see all these maps like this, but then they make Skyscraper very competitive, right? Coastline, still defining the meta. It's still rough, not very competitive, but it's still a good map. It's way better than House. Favela, trash. Yacht, trash. But you can see that the maps where they don't have everything destructible is competitive. Like
I was going to say that as well. The maps that shine are a good mix between destructible and non-destructible.
And this is what this map shows. It shows that it is a definite 75% non-destructible map, as opposed to, again, Favela, where everything is pretty much destructible. You can shoot all the way through it, and it's trash.
Well.
It actually, Border.
About Border, there's only so many breachable walls from the outside, as well as the inside. So basically, the floors on the second floor are all breachable, pretty much, except for the hallway, stuff like that. But same with the walls. There's only so many walls on the inside to give you sight lines through these hallways. So depending on what you want to reinforce, it seems like this map's going to be very similar. We've got some rooms with breachable floors, the ones that sight will probably be located on.
To counter mirrors and stuff.
Exactly. And then we also have some walls that are going to be destructible, but some that are going to actually provide cover. And it seems like a very well thought out map from how it looks.
Again, they keep doing better and better. Coastline was kind of weird, but it's still a good map. But Skyscraper is definitely one of my favorite maps. I know whenever the pro teams play on it, I absolutely love watching it because it's fantastic. And Border, again, it's also a great map. So I think they definitely hit the nail on the head there. It's unfortunate it leaked on the whiteboard, if that actually happened. But the next thing I want to talk about is the patch notes for 2.2.2. We're going to do a quick run through on them. We're super excited about this happening. This is Operation Health. We didn't get our servers. The servers are on the horizon, but the first thing that we see is that we no longer need 10 people for custom dedicated servers. Now, I don't know if you guys, some people don't really care. I don't know if you care about that game, but I know sometimes I want to do like 3v3 or 4v4 with subscribers and stuff on the weekends, and you're obviously, we're always there, right? And we can't do it because we need 10 people. Like, it just sucks, dude. We get 9 people.
Unless you want to host and you get 300 ping because you've got
I know, and I'm streaming, bro, and it's like, dude, it's just so much like happening, and I'm so happy that they're doing this. I think it's a long time coming. I don't know what the difference was, but or why they changed it now, but I think it's fantastic. But the next thing I want to talk about is huge. It is so cool, especially for content creators here, and like me, you, all the awesome people here, is the voice chat, bro. Holy shit. They did such a great job with it, bro.
It sounds like Discord.
Job with it. Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah, so we were playing yesterday on stream, and like I was like, is he in Discord? And you're like, no, dude.
This guy.
I know. I was like, why is he in my Discord? Who fucking let him in there, bro? Like, get out of here, dude. I don't know you, right? But he was in game, and it sounded so perfect. So congratulations to the devs. That right there is something that not a lot of people complained about, but they took the initiative to fix that and make it better, dude. So the devs, awesome job for seriously, great job with that. It sounds amazing. Super happy about that. I still hate Bartlett. Fuck you, Bartlett. I just want to add that in there because I was bitching about that yesterday. Now, why don't you talk about the act? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. What?
I was just gonna say that was one of those maps that since we were talking about like how they developed maps and the balance between destructibility and non-destructibility, that was one of those maps where they said, well, there's not going to be a lot of destructibility, and that ended up hurting how the players received that map so much that everybody basically hates it. You know, there's like 6 windows and 2 doors that you can go through, and it's like
I think there's one door. There's one door.
Right. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's one door and one
door.
hatch. So
Yes.
it's like,
What the hell?
you know. Right. So
Trash.
yeah, fuck that map.
Cancer.
But bravo on this voice chat, because
Yes.
it is something that is next fucking level. I mean,
Yes,
I feel
it
like
is.
some other games could easily
Learn from it.
Right, some notes out of your notebook here, because
Yes.
this was whatever codec you used. Love it.
Phenomenal.
Fucking love it.
So why don't you go ahead and talk about the vaulting stuff?
Man, yeah, so that was something new also with 2.2.2 that they're supposedly fixing, is, you know, something that we've noticed for a long time, since basically launch, I guess we could say, was whenever a player was vaulting
So
through
annoying.
a window. Right, so annoying. Vaulting over something could be, I guess it could be a barricade, it could be a window, could be through a broken barricade, or just a half wall that you may see on like border.
Right.
The player model always faced forward. It was never representative of where they were actually looking or aiming.
Mm-hmm.
So now that this is something that they've, I guess, figured out. I don't know if they just added an animation, if they refined the animation, if they refined the coding behind the animation to do a call towards that animation, but it's so much better now.
It is. Yeah. Somebody got knifed the other day while we were playing, and you can actually see them aiming and then knifing them. So that's definitely a nice little Operation Health improvement that we've seen. So again, bravo with that. It was super annoying to see people jump out and like just look straight, and then you get headshot, and you're like, "How the hell did that happen, bro?"
Like,
and you're like,
"What the fuck? They weren't looking at me, but I
this
just
game."
died."
And you're like, this game, and the next thing you know, you throw your Xbox controller and please reconnect, and you're like, damn it,
smash your keyboard and
fuck
shit.
this game, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
ugh.
No, I agree.
Hold on a second. Let me change my battery for my headphone.
Yeah, no problem.
Guys.
It's definitely a very
down.
welcome addition. Very welcome addition.
So the next thing I want to talk about is the new skins that we got for the season pass holders. We've already seen it, so they are live. Everybody can have them. There's a Magnum with band-aids on it. There's a white helmet that looks like Doc is doing meth. His eyeballs are fucking crazy.
God,
and there's a
bad.
Caduceus charm, kind of neat, kind of cool. So yeah, that we got that released to us this week as well. And again, this is we talk about everything that happened this week. So last week we talked about how these things are coming. This week we're talking about they've landed. You can get them for season pass owners. So go ahead and log in if you don't, and go ahead and get those. So again, we talked about last episode. And the last thing on the patch notes that we kind of saw, except for the bug fixes, were the upgraded servers. We talked at the beginning. We think that they're going to come in next season, not this season, right? So season 3.
Yeah, I mean it's something that, like, depending on how smoothly it rolls out. I mean, since it's been already a week since that TTS was live, you know, that's then 3 weeks until season pass owners get the update to season 3, but then another week after that into September is when it goes live for everybody, right? So if anything, earliest I think we would ever see it would be that first week of September once everything goes live for everybody. I think the latest that we'd see it is probably like mid-season reinforcements for
that's a good
3.
one. Yeah, so it might be season 3 mid reinforcements that we get the servers. I think that's a good call. Yeah, I would definitely.
I mean, because it's like so if they're going to be releasing content, you don't want to blow your load all in one spot either. I mean, I know it's stuff that we need, the players really want. We'd love to have that 10 extra fucking tick rate on a server. It really actually does make a huge difference, guys. Despite how minuscule it seems, that amount of time of information relay in a fast-paced shooter like this.
But we're talking a Twitch shooter where your life depends on a millisecond of a headshot. You're dead. You know.
So yeah, I mean, I can expect mid-season reinforcements kind of for the servers. That way, it gives them a little bit of extra content to push out, because it's not like they're going to stop with this Operation Health stuff. Operation Health was kind of the start. This was them saying, we're going to take this time. We're only going to fix the game. We're not going to release shit, but we are clearly going to be focused continually now to fix this stuff. Right, exactly.
So now let's talk about some of the bug fixes. Do you want to go through a little list of what you see that you're excited for that we got in the patch notes 2.2.2 that was released Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. Do you want to go through a little list of what you see?
I mean, personally, I'm the only things that I was super excited about was like vaulting animations.
Yes, that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean that's really like, you know, I guess there were some small bug fixes. Hold on, I had it pulled up here just a second ago.
Well, I know the Volcam one got fixed, so you're
That's
not allowed to do
right.
Volcam spamming. Thank God, because we only saw it once at the higher level. I mean, I only saw it once on the higher level on PC. Let me clarify that, but apparently a lot of players were doing that, so that's fixed now.
Yeah, no,
So
that one was bad. That one was actually
that
super bad.
that was bad. We also there's nitro cells not doing damage when sometimes they'd be throwing metal beams. I'd like for them. I don't know if it's a problem, but I've been seeing it continuously. I've been dying the C4s while I'm playing Blackbeard, and like let's say somebody throws it at the window, it lands on the seal on the inside, and I'm down below, and I'm not in the vicinity where the explosion would hit, but it goes through the wall, through my shield, and instantly kills me. That is something that I would like for them to look at and fix. I haven't really seen too much crazy about it, but I remember reading that, and I was like, well, damn it, they need to do that. So hopefully they look at that. That'd be great.
Well, so it seems like with that bug particularly that damage models are clipping through some of the walls.
Some of the walls, yes.
Right. Yep. So the wall, I mean, you have to remember, everybody, like in a video game, the walls aren't real. They're just a representation of like a wall. So when something like an explosion happens, these damage models have to calculate, okay, is it really going through? Is this something that's breakable? Where is that window in relation? Where's the character model that's going to be receiving that? So if it seems like some of these walls, though, when this is happening, just aren't mitigating that damage completely, and it's allowing it to actually clip through the wall.
And especially since Blackbeard, his shield is supposed to absorb some of the impact of the explosion too, and it's not doing any of that. So it's actually like hitting the feet and killing you or something like that. So I think the devs should look at that. They fixed the yokai not sticking on the garage bank, but they haven't even fucking talked about the clubhouse for Echo. Now, most of you guys know I absolutely love Echo. I'm a big Echo player. I play him all the damn time, and he's my favorite defender, period. I love him. I'm an Echo man. And I cannot play him on Clubhouse, which is a competitive map.
One of the most competitive maps.
Yes, it's very balanced, and because you can't stick it to the fucking roof in Armory or anywhere downstairs at all in basement, you can't do it. It's impossible. It's impossible. So that was something that they fixed on Garage and Bank, but they haven't done anything with Clubhouse. Hopefully they get that. Another neat thing is that attackers cannot climb on the pink canvas on Coastline. That's a big one actually, because a lot of people. They jump on top of it, jump down, jump through that little B window, right? I guess you can't climb on that pink thing anymore. So I wonder how that's going to work out, right?
Which, I mean, I think is fair. I mean, it
shouldn't be illegal.
You're a 200-pound person with gear total. I mean, if you're one of the males, you're even heavier. But if it's like, so that's kind of the minimum. Even if we're talking about 5-speed Ash, who may be like 90 pounds soaking wet and can be as fast as Sanic. It's like, you know, you can't get up on that thing without it tearing. I mean, maybe Ash could because she's so fucking light, but it's that shouldn't be able to support your weight as an operative. But doesn't make any sense.
Did you say Sanic?
I said Sanic.
You mean Sonic? You fucking nerd. What you?
Sonic is so fast.
No, it's Sonic, you clown. Another thing we got is the drone rubber banding through Coastline. There's that one drone hole that you try to go through, rubber bands all the time. It's at the spawn point.
I mean, I think there's problems with that a lot, though. That's, man, that's hard to get.
Yeah, so also you can't spawn peek anymore on the monitors and Canal. You can't jump on top of there. You can't, I don't know if you can shield glitch, but apparently that's been fixed. Another thing that we also got is this. I don't know why they do this, and I don't know who's making this change, but you gotta fucking stop, man. It is the change that you cannot tab to see the players when you're loading into the game. Holy shit. Why do they keep nerfing these things? Like, it's not even that big of a deal. Like, you can't dodge. You're already queued. You're going into the game. And you have to sit there for, like, what, 20 seconds? And you're like, Microwave is not that big of a deal. But it's so annoying because you're like, am I playing against Continuum today? Am I playing against Excellence? I'd like to know and be prepared. You know what I mean? Or is it just some Joe Schmo? Or is it Brazilians? Like, all of this determines how you play the game. And if you get 20 seconds... earlier to kind of like, okay, I'm playing against Brazilians. I need, or high pingers, whatever. I need to get 3-speed operators. I need this stuff to compete the ping, right? So they changed that, and you can't even see who you're playing against until you open the game. And it goes along the lines with the same nerf that they did with
with the alt enter,
alt enter thing. Like, who? Stop it! You're not. It's not hurting anybody. Why are you fixing this? It's fine. No. It's fine.
Bring back alt enter.
Yes.
Bring back tabbing during the beginning of your game being put together, and bring back raptor legs.
Oh, raptor legs. Yeah. So in chat, let's see some raptor legs. Everybody spam raptor legs. Let's let Ubisoft know what we want. It's not hurting anybody, and they fix these little weird things, you know. But so that I guess that was fixed. And the last thing that I want to talk about, since we've hit 50 minutes today, is
Holy
the
shit.
Yeah, we're 50 minutes.
It's been fast.
It has been fast. We talked about the new operators for like 35 minutes or something like that. That's the nice thing about having the Q simulator, because you get a little countdown. It kind of tells you, like, hey, bruh, hey, bruh. The last thing we're going to talk about, big topic always, and it's not because of the player. It kind of is about the player, but it's not really about the player. It's what's going on behind the scenes of this. And we're going to talk about the second time in a row, the MacieJay ban. Happened yesterday.
In a month.
Yes. Three times in a month. I guess 2 were Fair Fight and Battle Eye. And this one was Battle Eye banned, I think. Yes, Battle Eye banned.
Yes.
So they got Battle Eye banned. And the user, Matt something, I believe, on Reddit posted that we stick by these 78 people that were banned. We are 100% we 100% believe that this, I'm kind of quoting him at George Washington, I guess. I don't know why I'm doing that. But he was basically saying that he fully believes these 78 people were banned.
Yeah.
Wow. Right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And
so they said
who
that
was part of it?
8,000 people were banned initially. 120 of them were wrongfully banned, so they overturned that. And over the past few weeks, they have been refining that search of that 120 people down to a final 78, which they say 100% concrete.
100%.
This is final.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
100%.
Yeah.
Legit cheating. 100.
Right, or not cheating, but buying / selling renown, or using a hack to gain more renown. Not using walls, not using aimbot, not using anything to give a competitive advantage in the game, but something that just earns you more in-game money.
Yes.
So
you pay $20, you get 350,000 renown. Now, the reason I know that is because, sorry about that, it was on Reddit. There was an image leaked. The Discord people are claiming that it's true. But now, if anybody's seen Macie, he streams every day. He streams every fucking day.
Every day. It's his job.
You see how much renown he gets. If he randomly got 350,000 renown, I think we would know. I think it would be like, what the fuck? Yeah. 350,000, bro?
That's the thing as well. So if not on stream, if I spent all that and then said, well, I need to get that back, bam, here it is.
Yeah.
Like, that's just stuff that you'll never know about. Now, I'm not saying that he did do this. I think that MacieJay is a really, really respectable guy. I've known him since the fucking launch of this game. I was one of the first people he met on this game. And
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. So it's like I don't foresee him ever doing this. So that's why it's like this is really 100% final.
Yeah, and that is the conflict, and this is the reason why we're talking about it, is because this individual came out and literally said, he dropped the gavel, and he said 100% this is true, and Macie got banned. And the putting all the shit aside of how he can DM and all that stuff, the thing is that they said that this is 100%. And what happens to the people that weren't doing that too? You know what I mean? I mean, I don't think Macie cheated. There's no reason for him to do that. He makes a shit ton of money on stream. He has like 2,000 plus subs, and that's a shit ton of money, dude. That's a lot of cash coming in. Yeah. And on YouTube, and I don't even think he did an alpha pack video. I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't watch everybody's videos, but I don't think he did an alpha pack.
If you did, bro.
Right, but so why would somebody do that and then buy renown, not make an alpha pack video, and then like I said, buy more? Like, it doesn't fucking make sense. Why would he throw all that away just to do that. It doesn't make any fucking sense. And plus, Macie's like the nicest dude in the community, like legit. Like he's not toxic. He doesn't talk shit about people. So it's like why was it happen, right? And why is that 100%? Why are you saying that's 100% when clearly, in my opinion, it's not 100%, right?
Right. And I mean, the exact quote from yesterday on this post said on August 10th, parentheses,
You're quoting.
today.
We're quoting, guys.
Right.
We're quoting.
I am quoting. On August 10th, parentheses, today, we will be permanently banning the remaining 78 people. Let this serve as a reminder that any service offering to sell renown is not legitimate and will result in the banning of your account.
Right. So they dropped the gavel on him. 100%. Dropped the gavel on him.
That's definitely what it seems like. And I mean, I don't know like what's gonna happen with this. He's got a fucking level 350 plus account. He's been playing the game.
I think he got unbanned.
Okay, because I mean,
I heard he got unbanned. Not from him, but from other people.
Right. I mean, it seems like that would be the case, anyways. But it's like it's just so odd. It's just so odd because last time he was put up to this, not like somebody threatened him or blackmailed him, but they put his information into one of these like pools where they say I'm interested in buying your renown. So
and it's not hard to get somebody's Uplay name, right? It's
not hard at all, and it's really not hard if you are a public figure.
Right.
It's even easier once you're a public figure to find almost any information about you.
Okay, so we have a dev in the chat. He actually just said he did get unbanned. He was streaming again later that night. So okay, he did get unbanned. Okay. 100%.
Cool.
Now I'm just kind of curious on what's going to go on Battle Eye and the people that don't have the direct line to Epi or UB Justin or the big dogs at Ubisoft. How are they going to explain that happens? Now we can kind of consider that this would be a different case because he is a public figure just like you and I. He's obviously a lot bigger. A lot more people know him.
Right.
But so he could have been targeted. Now who's going to be targeting Joe Schmo? But at the same time, when you lay down a gavel and you say 100% and it's not 100%, it makes you look really, really bad. And I'm very curious to see how they're going to respond to this and how they're going to act.
Right. And, and this kind of, just to bring in even how policies like this from another game, it's controversial. But in PUBG, a very big streamer was banned for breaking some rules, and they stuck by their guns and said, you are banned for the time being, for the 3-day ban that you have. Or whatever it was, and they said that's it, that's final.
That's it.
We're not renegotiating because we need to stick by our rules. Which I credit them a lot. It's really hard to do that. It's great. But so what if there's a situation like this with MacieJay, where somebody's been innocently or not, they're innocent and they've been framed to look like they're guilty in buying the stuff and using and abusing, and it's
unfortunate.
It's unfortunate, and then it makes, when you have a policy, it makes it look weak when you don't enforce it. But if they're really innocent, how are you supposed to look like you are going to be enforcing the rules when you know that innocent people are still going to be affected?
Right. Now you don't stream. Now what if I was just trolling and I was like, I'm gonna fucking get GameAddicts. I'm gonna drop 500,000 renown in his lap. How could you? Even with 22,000 subs, which is really big in my opinion in this community, you have 22,000 YouTube subs. You can go check out his channel. I'll put a link in the description, obviously, down below. What if I did that to you?
I'd be fucked.
You'd be fucked. You'd be fucked. And how? It's a difficult situation. I feel bad for Ubisoft and Macie at the same time because it's like a double-edged sword. Like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. But it boggles my mind that people are actually targeting. It's kind of like swatting and stuff. Like you're fucked, dude. You're just fucked.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, it's like what? I mean, I know Antoine. I know one developer. I can be like, hey, bud, like I didn't do shit, and he'll be like, well, you got to go through the proper channels. And and good luck, and that's it. That's all I could really hope for.
That's all you can.
I mean, but that's
you have a job.
That's the truth, right? And bye. That's it.
That's it.
Like.
And then how are you going to say like I'm not cheating, because it doesn't say that you were banned for the renown hack. It was saying that you were banned by Battle Eye, so it says that you were banned for cheating. So how are you going to combat that? Like it's a difficult situation. Like even for me, I have 172,000 subs, and it would still be a difficult situation. I could not DM Epi and be like, bro, like hook me up, bro. I couldn't do that. I could not physically do that. So I would be fucked as well. And they're getting people, man. And I guess one person, Matt MC, said somebody did the King George.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but it says right there in chat that I don't know. This unconfirmed. I don't know, guys, but somebody in my chat's saying that, and who knows? Who knows?
Yeah,
it's a definitely sticky situation. And I'm really glad that he got unbanned. I don't think Macie's cheating. Game, you don't think Macie's cheating?
I never in a million years would think he's cheating. Like I said, I've known him for a very long time.
I don't think he's cheating.
It's just kind of out of the realm even of a possibility for me to entertain that idea. It's like, well, if I was like really fucked up one day and I'd be like, oh, maybe he is cheating, you know, that I'd have to be really fucked up. Yeah. It's just not something that crosses through my mind. Like I said, he's a great guy. He's so genuine. He's super nice, and there's no way I'd ever see him cheating. No way.
Now, so we went through what we thought all of the operators are. We went through the map, we went through the patch notes, we went through the bug fixes, we went through the bans. I think that's that's happened this week. Everything. Can you think of anything else?
Man, not immediately. I'm just super psyched next 2 weeks to see some of our favorite teams be competing for the championship. Make sure to buy your charms while you can, guys. Those will be going away after this season. If you have any teams that you want to support. Yes.
So definitely excited of seeing the pro leagues, which we'll get into when it does happen. We'll review who won. We'll review some of the strats that we saw as well. We might do a little special podcast just for the pro league. But with that, guys, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been an hour and 1 minute. We're just gonna go ahead and stop it right now. And thanks for watching, guys. We will be here. I'll put this on YouTube on Sunday. And again, if you guys want to come out, the new time for this video is
it's 0900.
0900. Yep. So 0900 on Fridays. Right. So that's it. So we will see you guys another time. Thank you guys so much for watching.